On average, a single client based out of the US or UK is ready to pay anywhere between $800 to $1,000 per month to a single graphic design freelancer who has good experience. But what if you're not good enough as a designer? What if you understand a bit about design but your brain is more towards the business side of things? What if there was a way to sell design services to a lot of people without investing in a big design team or opening up an office? Because today there are many freelancers and agencies that are hiring professionals from this online platform at a fixed flat fee and then selling the same designs at a premium to their own freelance clients. So in today's video, I will show you how exactly does this platform work, how is it different from other design platforms, is it even worth it, and how multiple design agencies are using it to make more money. So without wasting any further time, let's get started. The platform that I'm talking about is Peni, who are also the sponsors of this video. And Peni is very helpful for abroad-based businesses and freelancers that are trying to scale their creative business. First, let us understand how to use Peni to hire designers and how do you even sell their work to other businesses. You first pick a niche and understand which niche gives you the most return value, which basically means that if you sell social media carousels and posters, then the return rate of your customer is really high because every business will need social media carousels again and again. On the other hand, if you sell logos and websites, then you have to wait till that business needs a new logo or a website. So if the cost is really high, on the other hand, the return value is also really low. So the bottom line is that you need to pick a niche that has a low turnaround time but high lifetime customer value, which means that if you serve this customer with your service for the next 1 year, what is the amount of revenue that you can accumulate in the next 12 months? But on the other hand, what is the turnaround time for each of these assets? Because creating social media posts is very easy as compared to building an entire website or creating a logo. So if you're starting out, I would recommend you to sell social media assets over logos and brochures over websites. Step number 2, you need to read about those specific niches and their specific aesthetics that all of these brands cater to. You can check out websites like brandingstyleguides.com, rebrand.gallery to get detailed inspiration because you will need this when you give your brief to a designer on Peni. Because if you want to make the most out of Peni, it is always good to have some intrinsic design knowledge, to have some experience of at least 2 to 3 months, because if you know the basics of your tools like Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator, then you can give feedback to your designers on Peni at the most granular level. And if you complement your skills with the work that you get from Peni, then you can sell your services at a really good price. We've already created a crash course video on marketing design. If you haven't seen it, do check that out. I will share the link in description. Now, once you know your tools and basics of marketing design, you can subscribe to Peni. Now, they have 3 plans. It depends on how big your business is. It depends on how many clients you have. The starter plan is for $499 that gives you 80 plus design services. Now, if you're a student and if you don't have $499 right now, you can always save up money from your freelance gigs. So you don't have to run into this. Once you have earned your own money, you can always start investing in Peni to actually grow your creative business. But if you're a business owner based in abroad, then you already know that this is way cheaper than hiring one dedicated designer. So once you subscribe to Peni, you will have access to their dashboard, and this is how it looks like. Right now in my project board, I have all of my active projects, and this is where you can keep a track of everything that you're running. So there are so many projects, and the brief that I gave was a resume for an MBA student, which is a very good market to crack. Because a lot of students who are in MBA colleges, they are very happy to invest in a good looking CV, in a great looking portfolio, in a great looking resume. So what you can do is that you can take briefs from your clients, and this could not be just an MBA student, but it could be a student of any other art subject, any other category of work where they need a portfolio, right? So this is how it works. Let's say I go here and I click on new project. This is where you'd have to tell the title. So let's just say MBA resume version 2. Then in my design category, I just have to select what I am getting made, right? So in this specific case, it is not an illustration, it's not a merchandise, but under my marketing, you have sales sheets and one pages, and this comes under the category of one pagers. Now it already says that expect your design completed in less than 24 hours. As soon as I do that, I have an option to choose my dimensions. I will choose A4 and click on next. Now this is where you need to add your brief, your details. So as I told you, when you get on your client call, you need to be very careful that you get all the references, all the important details right here. They also have a couple of recommendations that you need to add a clear description of what you want, where will it be used, 3 to 4 examples that you like that you can get from Pinterest, from Behance, wherever it may be, the dimensions, if there are any color preferences, any typefaces, any brand guidelines, you can put all of them here. And here you can attach a specific file. So when I gave the last project, it was an MBA resume, right? So I had to give in the picture as well. So right now I will click on don't save just to show you how it finally looks like. So I actually gave the description, I gave a few reference designs, and then I gave details of the person. I used ChatGPT to create this content just to show you how it works. And once I gave all of this context, I also uploaded her DP. Now, along with the designer, we also have Santiago, who is actually the art director. So anytime you create a project on Peni, you hire a designer, you are assigned an art director who's gonna go through the entire brief just to make sure that everything is there to get started. And then once the designer has been assigned, you will get the project right here. Now you can view it, and if you click on download, you can download either the preview or download the source files. And if you're a designer yourself, you will be able to edit this on your own. So this is supremely powerful. Once you download the zip file, this is how it looks like. So if I click on final, you will have the JPEGs, you'll have the PNG version of it. If I go to fonts, all of my fonts are uploaded right here. If I go to preview, these are the preview PSDs. If I go to source, these are all the contents, right? So everything is very easily available. It's supremely well organized, supremely well professional. And you know for a fact that when you have a client on board, that person will also need these files, right? So it's super helpful when you're trying to run, and you can have multiple projects running in parallel, right? So if I go back, you can see that this partner account has so many other cool things going on. So if I were to click on this Black Friday ads project, you'd realize that this person has a social media carousel and looks pretty cool. This guy is selling socks. Now there are many ways to get your first client, but without a portfolio, it is very tough to get someone to pay you. Now because you are not designing yourself, you can get work done from your Peni designers. So you can create fictional briefs, give it to the designers at Peni, take that work and publish that as your portfolio, because technically your entire service is based on what Peni's designers give you. So that is an accurate representation of the quality of work that your clients can expect from you. If you're already a designer, you can always upload your own work as well. These are some websites that can help you get good remote jobs. Another quick trick that I've learned from my friends is that you can reach out to real companies on websites like Tahl or IndiaMart and offer them social media or graphic design services. So you can tell them that you list your products on all of these websites, but the aesthetics can be improved. The way you make your graphics can be improved. Your social media presence can be improved. Now there are some very important things that you need to learn when you get the brief from your client. Make sure you get as many inspiration references as you can from your client and upload those in the description when you give your brief to Peni. Make sure you share the exact typefaces, color combinations, anything that you feel is important for your client. When you go to file deliverables, make sure you select Photoshop or Illustrator depending on what tool you're working with. This is super important because sometimes there would be minor changes in your head, and if you have the project files, then you can instantly make changes. Now there are a lot of little things that matter when you kickstart your creative business, and I thought that this video would be incomplete if I don't mention these important things. Number one, I will repeat myself, but just practice getting all the tiny details, all the context that you need before you start designing. Learn how to write a better brief. Learn how to write all of these things on email so that you have everything on record. The success of your venture depends on how good you are at finding clients, negotiating deals, and then giving feedback to other designers on Peni. If you feel that your negotiation is very weak, then you can always read Never Split the Difference by Voss. Another book that I would strongly recommend you to read at the beginning of your creative business would be The E-Myth Revisited. Both of these books will help you a lot when you're building your creative business. Number 2, brand perception plays a huge role. It is super important to have your own logo, your own brochure of services, your own website, and you can use Peni itself to get all of these things done. But you have to make sure that when you're emailing your clients, you have a well-designed logo, a good email signature. If you have bought your domain name, then make sure that you have the workspace email. For example, my email is admin@anshmehra.com, which is way more impressive than anshmehra@gmail.com. It just sets a very strong professional impression. And if you don't know how to make a website, we've already made a video on no-code websites, so I'll paste that link in description. Or number 3 is just a realization that nothing good enough is free. I know that a lot of freelancers and students here might not be able to afford this service, but this is for business owners who want to scale their creative business. This is for people who don't have the bandwidth to hire a lot of designers, right? So you don't have to put pressure on yourself to buy this right now, because this video is specifically targeted towards businesses and creative freelancers who want to scale their business, who actually want to scale and hire more designers so that they can sell their design services at a higher premium. Now, before I end this video, there's a list of websites that can help you get marketing design inspiration, and here is that list. I'll paste all of these links in description, so don't worry. So to quickly summarize, if you're a business owner, then you can get up to 80 plus design services on branding, ad creatives, and illustrations with real-time chat and fast one-to-day delivery using Peni. If you're a graphic designer who wants to hire designers at a flat rate and upsell their work, then again, Peni is an option that you should definitely consider. I hope that you're taking care of your mind and body. This is your dost Ansh Mehra signing out. If you like this episode, then make sure you watch the next one in this same playlist right here. We've been making some amazing content, and I'm pretty sure that you will also like the next video in queue.